Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Good evening and welcome to the GBN Television Nightly News for today, Monday, November 1st, 2021. In the headlines, newly elected political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, says his party is on a path of inspiring hope and urges the Grenadian people to hold him accountable. St. George's Baptist Church pastor Stanford Simon tackles the issue of leadership. Coming up and around the globe, excitement is radiating in Jamaica about the reopening of schools. And internationally, 3 shot dead in Sudan's nationwide protests. Coming up in sports, Spice Boys under-20 draw 2-2 against the Dominican Republic in a friendly practice match. The details of these and other stories are straight ahead.
Are you a small business and would like your business to grow? Do you have an event, products or services that people should know about? Be wise. Advertise. Book your spot on GBN Shopping Guide. Be part of Grenada's biggest advertising medium, the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Call our sales department now on 440-2446 or 440-3033 or GBN plus the number sign. Email us at sales@gbn.gd. Special conditions apply.
Good evening once again. I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh with the details. Top story this evening. It will most likely be a Mitchell versus Mitchell face-off at the next general election, which is constitutionally due in 2023. Deacon Mitchell has won the favor of the National Democratic Congress delegates and got the nod as political leader of the party. Gerard Joseph has the details.
Deacon Mitchell has promised to inspire hope and belief among Grenadians as he takes up his role as political leader of the National Democratic Congress. The attorney at law by profession garnered 277 votes among the party delegates from the 15 constituencies, plus 3 delegates in the diaspora. The election of a new political leader was held during the party's annual convention on Sunday, where Deacon defeated Philip Telesford, who got 43 votes, and former executive member of the NMP, Terence Forrester, who mustered 7 votes. In his victory speech, Deacon said the party is back on track.
Our job is to persuade the people of Grenada that the National Democratic Congress is ready and able to govern and transform Grenada come the next election.
The new elected political leader pointed to a need for change in the culture of Grenada's politics and get citizens involved to build the nation.
The National Democratic Congress has taken the first step in transforming the politics of Grenada. You have done so because everywhere I go, people ask me, how can I become a delegate? How can I vote? I believe for the first time in Grenada's modern history, this convention has opened the eyes of every Grenadian to the importance of our democracy, to the importance of our political process.
The prominent attorney went on to cite the importance of transforming the nation's political culture by educating citizens on the need to participate in the political process and actively join a party.
And it is important to offer yourself to sit in our parliament, because that, and only through that process, will we be able to influence and enact the policies that we wish to see enacted in our trial and state. It is only through engagement and active participation that we would be able to control and hold our politicians accountable.
Adrian Thomas is again the deputy political leader of the party after being promoted to acting political leader about a year ago following the resignation of Frank Alexis Bernardine. Caretaker for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Tevin Andrew, is the new chairman after being elected unopposed, while Sylvester Qualis is deputy chairman. The new general secretary is Larry Barry, and with Kelson Scott, Belinda Charles, and Ron Redhead are all assistant general secretaries. The new public relations officer of the party is Orlando Romaine, and assistant public relations officer is Randall Robinson. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The baton has been passed for the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, and many look on with bated breath as great expectancy has been put on the shoulders of the new executive. With general elections expected within the next 2 years, NDC is seemingly solidifying the party and increasing its prospects. Gerard Joseph has been speaking to a former political leader of the NDC, Tillman Thomas.
Former political leader of the NDC, Tillman Thomas, has this advice for the new executive of the National Democratic Congress as the machinery kickstarts for the next general election.
Well, first and foremost, to strengthen the constituency branches, to get the PR arm of the party to be, more active. Generally, NDC has been doing a lot and living in government, but our public relations have been somewhat lacking. I think that is an area we need to focus a lot on.
Thomas, who welcomes the combination of senior and young members, believes that each generation must provide leadership.
And it's good to have new, younger persons coming into the party who would be guided by the senior members. Those of us who are not office holders are there to guide and make sure that the values of the NDC are being maintained and promoted. It was a great democratic exercise, and I think it's good for Grenada and the democratic future of politics in Grenada.
The former Prime Minister is also confident in the newly elected executive in terms of prospects for contending the general election, which is constitutionally due in 2023.
Mitchell has established himself as a prominent lawyer in Grenada, a young man who has done well. You could see he has managerial skills, and it's a man that is committed to Grenada. And he identifies with the values, the aims and aspirations of the National Democratic Congress. And I think he's going to provide good leadership for our country.
He is likewise keen on the political leadership of Deacon Mitchell.
The party has a good foundation, and we have a constituency organization. And with that new momentum that coming in with these youthful members, we expect them to attract a substantial amount of persons who have not been keen on politics. I believe that with the emergence of these new persons into the NDC, that would get people more involved in the political process and to contribute toward our democratic way of life.
Thomas says the new NDC executive must increase its membership while articulating the values and reputation of the party. As a former political leader, he is urging Deacon Mitchell to engage the rural communities, be accessible to the people, and enhance the well-being of the party and the country. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
In other news, is the first day of face-to-face teaching and learning for students who were not engaged in any online classes over the past 8 weeks of the new school year. This comes as the Ministry of Education continues to find ways to ensure that no student is left behind despite COVID-19. We get more in this report.
Today, November 1st, is the start of the 2-week test period for the return of the face-to-face teaching and learning for some students. This was scheduled by the Ministry of Education as phase 1 of the rollout, giving priority to students who have not been engaged in remote learning, as well as for students preparing for exit exams. Government's decision was taken after meeting with representative groups within the education sector and identifying academic, social, and behavioral concerns associated frustrated with remote learning. GBN visited various schools in the south of the island to see how many students came out and how the teachers are adapting to the new approach. Acting principal of the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School, Lorraine Bartholomew, says her teachers are doing great work with the blended approach as they teach students virtually and in the classroom at the same time. She is also happy with the turnout of students despite not seeing the expected amount.
Today we have a total of 19 students in all. We have 10 Form 2s and we have 9 Form 1s. The number that is here today is basically less than what is totally expected, because for the Form 1s we have a total of 15 students, and as I said, 9 are here. And then for the Form 2s we should be seeing 15 students, 10 are here. All right. If you ask the question, basically about 80% of the students were technically virtually connected. All right. In each of the forms, the Form 1s, we have a total population of about 70 students. For the Form 2s, we have likewise 71 students.
Acting principal of the Calais Government School, Antoinette Lewis, said faced with many challenges, her teachers went beyond their call of duty for their students. She gave a breakdown of the attendance for the first day.
Today we have 21 students out of 34 who should have been here today, which would have given us just about 60% of them attending. The grades present are the 3+. KG, grade 1 and grade 2. Well, today the teachers are more or less assessing them. All right, they would have checked to see where they doing little assessments to them to see where they at, so that they can plan going forward.
Students in Form 3 and 4 who have not been engaged in remote learning will attend school on Tuesdays, while Form 5s will attend the remaining days. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Today, November 1st, on the Christian calendar is observed as All Saints' Day, a day annually reserved for the honor of all the saints of the church deemed to have attained heaven. The observance of All Saints' Day stems from the belief that there is a spiritual connection between those in heaven and on earth. Despite the effects of COVID-19, families were out preparing grave sites and tombs to honor their loved ones. We get more in this report.
Locally, the day is designated to the faithfully departed, and tradition has always seen people visiting the burial place of loved ones, placing candles and fresh flowers on their graves. With COVID-19 forcing changes in the way we do things, traditions such as the playing of music and celebration at the cemeteries and mass gatherings will not be allowed. GBN spoke to families who were preparing for the lighting of candles on the graves of their loved ones by repainting and redesigning tombs and graves at the Grandance Cemetery. They spoke of what the day meant to them and what they will partake in Monday night.
Well, for me, it's more a tradition. Yeah, we come out here, we put flowers, we light some candles, spend a few. Well, it used to be hours with the curfew now. I guess it will be a shorter. How do you call it? All Saints. Well, first of all, what we do is come and make sure that the area is cleared. Well, the prisoners came by and clean out the bush and so. So what I'm doing now is just moving the roots and so, and give it a nice lifting.
Well, it's a normal thing, you know. You come and light the grave and see a little two words and relax yourself. Sometimes you drink something, you know, it's a bottle of water or wine.
Well, it means a lot, because they're the one, they make a way for us. If it wasn't them, we wouldn't be here. So they play a major role in my life. And they mean a lot to us. Especially my mother means a lot to me. I can speak for me. Mother love is the greatest love in the world, so I respect that. Well, this is a headstone I create for myself. I made it. So I just painted up now and I'm installing this headstone. Okay. And that's pretty much about it.
You plan to come later and light any candles?
Oh, definitely. I always does that. Yeah, sure.
Other traditions around this time are grinding of patch corn for the making of asham. Fabian Andrew, who has been providing the service of grinding corn for decades, said over the years his business has been doing well until the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
Even here, about 20 people here this morning, all now, so since years gone, you meet a lot of people get out of it? A lot. Way less. Plenty less.
Way less than last year?
Way less than even last year when he had COVID. Way less.
All Souls Day is celebrated on the 2nd of November, just after All Saints, which is another Christian holiday. It is also known as the commemoration of all the faithful departed and the Day of the Dead. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell continues to champion the need for vaccination as a critical tool in the fight against COVID-19. Continuing to lead by example, the fully vaccinated Prime Minister received a booster shot today. As in the case for other COVID-19 vaccines, it was recently recommended that people who received 2 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine should receive booster shots after their second dose. It is further recommended that the booster shot can be an mRNA vaccine, such as the Pfizer-BioNTech. Having consulted with Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles, the Prime Minister, who received his first and second doses of AstraZeneca earlier this year, welcomed the Pfizer-BioNTech booster shot. Dr. Mitchell said, and I quote, "Vaccination continues to be the best tool we have available in the fight against COVID-19." And that's the end of the first segment of news. Still to come, UN Chief Antonio Guterres tells world leaders that the world is digging their own graves by failing to act fast enough on climate change. This is GBN Primetime Edition of News. More news next.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Effective Monday, November 1st, the St. George's branch of CGI, Consumers Guarantee Insurance Company Limited, will be moving to its new location at Steele's Commercial Complex, Grandance, St. George's. Our telephone and fax numbers will remain the same, 440-0217 and 440-6447. We apologize for any inconvenience caused by this relocation, and we look forward to serving you.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank. Republic Bank remains committed to providing all its valued customers with high quality and personalized service in a safe and comfortable environment. In order to maintain COVID-19 protocols while serving you, it has become necessary to arrange an appointment with your relationship officer or the customer service representative at your branch for the following products and services: loans, overdrafts, credit cards, new accounts to include savings, checking, certificate of deposit, and foreign currency, reactivation of dormant accounts, and private banking for existing customers only. You may also log on to our website, complete the application form for the service required, and submit via email to your specific branch. Requests for appointment can also be emailed to customerservice@republicgrenada.com or via private message on our Facebook page. For private banking service, kindly contact your specific branch via telephone. We look forward to welcoming you.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to the news. To flog or not to flog? Is corporal punishment still relevant in the 21st century? Those are the questions up for debate after one local attorney says it's time to remove this form of punishment from the country's law books. Chrislina John has this story.
Our Constitution is clear. Punishment cannot be degrading or inhuman. That is in quotes. No punishment can be degrading or inhuman. And I think Exhibit A of degrading and inhuman punishment is to bend a man over, expose his buttocks, and beat him with a cane.
Attorney at law Jerry Edwin is denouncing corporal punishment. He calls it slavery-era practice that he says has been retained by our law books.
Grenada is the only country in the Caribbean where we have decided to retain this slavery-era practice of flogging a person. Because I think most people would agree, in the 21st century, we are still continuing to flog, to beat. And that is something I think is, I want to be respectful this morning, but that's really messed up.
Edwin explains what he sees as the wrong in using stringent force or corporal punishment. He described it as despicable and barbaric, while naming some countries where this practice have been abolished. The attorney believes it's poor people that have become targets of this type of punishment.
Not flogged for stealing money as an accountant. Flogging on the books is for creedial larceny with a threat and for robbery with violence. This is a crime, a punishment that segregates people by class. Because if that were not the case, you would see flogging for persons who violate women. We would see flogging for other kinds of crime, but we do not see it for that. Flogging is only for those kind of crimes that are committed by the poor.
Edwin says there has never been a challenge to the practice before the constitutional motion was brought forward in 2016. This is how easy it is, he says, to remove it from the law books.
The government of Grenada just has to pick up its pen and sign maybe 3 lines, maybe 4, or maybe just put a line to the words, and it's over, done. Because the parliament in Grenada, the current parliament, has a majority. All you need, this is not a punishment, say like a referendum to change our constitution. You don't need a supermajority. You don't have to go to the public for a vote. All the parliament has to do is to just strike it off our books.
Mr. Edwin was guest on GBN's To The Point morning program on Monday. Chrislina John, GBN News.
A voice note circulating over the weekend in which pastor of the St. George's Baptist Church, Stanford Simon, issued a scorching call to a political leader to give others a chance to lead. Preaching to his congregation on Sunday, Pastor Simon said there is a leadership crisis existing in the country. Cherian Blackman-Stephen has that story.
Pastor Stanford Simon on Sunday picked the issue of good leadership to preach to his congregation, tackling the issue in all areas of life. However, a piece of audio recording circulated via social media on the weekend created quite a stir. In the audio, Pastor Simon was heard calling on Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to find a successor. GBN reached out to Pastor Simon, who directed our newsroom to the footage of his church service, but said he didn't believe he needed to make any further comment on the matter.
Keith Mitchell need to find a successor. He need to find it quick. At his age, at this time, the NMP need to find a successor, somebody that would succeed him. It is important for us as a country that we see that continuous leadership coming out of our political party. Is necessary that my good friend Dr. Mitchell find a success and fast.
Preempting his statement, Pastor Simon called on the government to revisit the country's National Plan 2030. He said it needs to be clear and should not be an NNP or NDC one, nor should the plan be driven by who becomes the country's leader. Pastor Simon also touched on his expulsion from the National Democratic Congress in 2012 as the then chairman of the party. He spoke on the importance of unity mere hours before the NDC elected a new executive.
The NDC today will elect their leader to lead us. The point is, they too must be careful who they elect to lead us. They have a responsibility that the leadership that is elected would drive home something to us, whatever that is. But there has been in quarrel and squam for many years, including throwing me out of the party. I was chairman, and they said, Stanford, we don't need you anymore. I and 9 persons, what did they do? They expel us. I was there, I took it like a man. But you have your price to pay, but you have a responsibility, and the quarrel and fight, all you're having is not helping this country. We must be united to push this country forward. It must be a plan of and for the Grenadian people. Unity is first of all a gift of grace.
Pastor Simon, who is well known as an outspoken person, says calling for unity should not only be the voicing of words, but should be demonstrated with action. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Minister of Climate Resilience, Senator Simon Steele, and 4 delegates are representing Grenada at COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland. It has been dubbed as the most important summit geared towards saving the planet. We get the details in this Gerard Joseph report.
Grenada is working toward becoming the world's first climate-smart city via initial support from the Green Climate Fund, and even more recently emphasized its renewable energy policy in transitioning to renewables by 2030. This as countries seek to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions and reduce their carbon footprint. The 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, or COP26, is now underway with Minister for Climate Resilience, Senator Simon Steele, expected to make a presentation. During the opening ceremony, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres noted that since the Paris Agreement, it has been the hottest 6 years on record.
We face a stark choice. Either we stop it or it stops us. And it's time to say enough. Enough of brutalizing biodiversity. Enough of killing ourselves with carbon. Enough of treating nature like a toilet. Enough of burning and drilling and mining our way deeper. We are digging our own graves.
The UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson told the COP26 summit that immediate action is needed to defuse the bomb of climate change.
Humanity has long since run down the clock on climate change. It's 1 minute to midnight on that doomsday clock, and we need to act now. If we don't get serious about climate change today, it will be too late for our children to do so tomorrow.
Johnson warned that countries must get serious about action before rising sea levels swallow entire cities forever.
2 degrees more and we jeopardize the food supply for hundreds of millions of people as crops wither, locusts swarm. 3 degrees and you can add more wildfires and cyclones, twice as many, 5 times as many droughts, and 36 times as many heat waves. 4 degrees and we say goodbye to whole cities. Miami, Alexandria, Shanghai, all lost beneath the waves.
The polar ice caps are melting faster than ever before, with record temperatures recorded in the Antarctic in 2020. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Rena Perry Thomas has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
Grenadians were surprised when, through a social media video, a tearful young woman confessed to killing her then lover for what she said was his alleged sexually molestation of her young daughter. After months of investigation, police have arrested, charged, and cautioned 24-year-old Guyanese national Sherian Ambrose, non-capital murder in connection with the death of Clifford Marshall. GBN brought this story, and you, our online audience, took to the comments section to air your views. Tamika Roberts said, "Do not render evil for evil. The Bible said, 'Vengeance is mine, and he will repay.' Now that her life is messed up, words of caution to our women. Be careful of the men we bring around your children, because when something goes wrong, you are not the only one hurting, but your children. In the home, as a mother, you are the biggest protector, eyes and ears for them." Pitiani McIntosh wrote, "In the first place, you were supposed to be talking to God, and God only about this. What you doing making a video? Confess to God and not man, because man will fail you. The law of this land will fail you and your daughter." Tinika Thomas said, "Leave the woman alone. The law fails to protect our children by letting these monsters roam the street or go to prison, eat taxpayers' money, and living the good life, only to come outside and repeat that disgusting behavior again and traumatize our poor children before they could understand life. Therefore, we must end them before they destroy our children's innocence." And finally, Donna Spring commented, "Did they exhume his body to verify if it's poison that killed him? She might think her actions killed him, and that may not be the case." That's a wrap for tonight's Buzz. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's eyesore submission features enthusiastic students of the St. David's Catholic School. Our eyesore reporter says the students are successfully completing their activities in the virtual mode of teaching and learning. This activity in particular was based on feeding living organisms. As you can see, some students fed their pets while others fed their relatives. We thank our citizen journalist for this submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And still ahead, Grenada welcomes the return of air service from Canada after a one-year absence.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready, cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready, cash you already know we got it all. We on the go, go, go. Courts ready, cash always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Just a reminder, the global pandemic is not over. Office Pros and markers are still here to protect you. Available are several versions of touchless hand sanitizer and hand soap dispensers, dispenser stands, paper towel and toilet paper dispensers, and thermometers. Also available, hand sanitizing gel, sanitizing solution, hand soap, Lysol products, face masks, and gloves, all offered at the best price on the market and backed by a full warranty and protection plan with free installation. We are located on the Woodlands Main Road. Call Office Pros on 444-2393 or markers on 439-2393. You can also visit the Facebook page for more information. And never forget to remember, I, Mr. Markers, would never forsake you. Believe that.
Stay hydrated after an emergency or disaster. Store bottled or clean drinking water in tightly covered containers. Store at least 1 week's supply, 1 gallon or more a day per person. Do not drink tap water until you are told it is safe to do so. A message from the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council in collaboration with the Ministry of Health with support from the Pan American Health Organization.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Life's moving moments don't always work as planned. That emotional hug during the graduation ceremony, sudden sightings of old schoolmates during a shopping trip, things can go a little off track quickly. With 15-way voice and video calls, group chats with up to 1,000 persons, and free messaging, Bib helps you share the happiness and be prepared whenever life hits. Keep the good times going. Share it on Bib. Bib, more than just a messaging app. Download Bib today.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, Flow has been the leading telecommunications provider for decades. As we continue to work for you, we are modernizing our fixed network and transitioning all customers to our latest technology. By the end of 2021, the new network offers customers faster speeds, better quality, and a more reliable service experience with faster fault detection and repair time. Upgrading to the new network is free. Just visit any of our retail outlets. Look out for sales agents in your community. Call our virtual store at 444-3569 or send us a text via WhatsApp at 407-3569. Remember, as we transition to our new network, we are simultaneously shutting down our older network. To avoid service interruption, arrange to make your move to the new network as soon as possible. Flow, committed to connecting our communities.
Welcome back. Nashawn Jeremiah has created an avenue through which young people showcase their creativity. The theme, How has COVID impacted your world?, had the students participating, and they were asked to build creative pieces.
Abigail Mitchell from the St. Louis RC Girls School is the winner of the Under-11 of the Up-and-Coming Visual Artist Competition. Storytelling using art, that's a concept inspired by well-known artist Nashawn Jeremiah to bring out the artistic skills and talent in young people. The theme for the competition was, How has COVID-19 impacted your world? The competition, which began in October, was opened to participants ranging in age from 7 to 11 years. This saw 14 entries. Princess Jeremiah is the general manager at Nashawn Arts Head Studio. She explained a bit more about the competition, which ended last Sunday.
The whole concept of these competitions is called storytelling using art. So the children literally have to write a story piece about their artwork, and they have to create illustrations to accompany the story that they actually wrote. And that is the whole drive behind it. We're keeping them creatively engrossed in different activities, and what a better way than to allow them to tell their story. And actually the theme for this October's competition is, How has COVID-19 impacted or changed your world? And you would be mind blown by the type of submissions and the level of creativity we have within the nation's youths.
This champ will take home the first place prize of $200 EC, 1 month mentorship at Nashawn Jeremiah's Art Head Studio, and a winner's certificate to be framed. She will also become the Under-11 spokesperson and advocate for children at art events. Second and third place will receive $125 EC and $75 EC respectively, and will have their artwork featured on Nashawn Jeremiah's social media art page. Each participant will also receive a certificate of participation. Jeremiah encourages parents to take a keen interest in their child's skills development.
Parents, on their behalf, it's an amazing opportunity for your child to build their art portfolio regardless, right? And one thing I've noticed that a lot of times parents, they are under the bias thinking that not all children are born creative. And that is definitely not the case. And what we've been seeing is that it's a naive basis for them to limit their responsibility, which is to cultivate their children's gift. And instead, they shy away from this responsibility that they have. So we want to encourage parents of Grenada, please ensure that you take your responsibility, which is to ensure that your children's creativity is fulfilled. Take it seriously.
The competition continues into the months of November and December for other age groups. The competition received support from Ariza Credit Union. Chrislina John, GBN News.
And that's the end of the third segment. Stay with us. The weather report and forecast is up next, followed by sports and around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride,
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Hills and Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sonatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hills and Valley, your health is our business.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's take a look at tonight's weather report and forecast. Minimum temperature is expected to be 24.5 degrees Celsius. The weather will be fair to partly cloudy with a few light, isolated showers. Winds will be east-northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Tides will be low at 8:15 p.m. and high at 11:50 p.m. Looking ahead to Tuesday, sunrise will be at 6:01 a.m., sunset 5:42 p.m. Partly cloudy conditions are expected at first, with light morning showers becoming fair afterwards. On Wednesday, sunrise will be 1 minute after 6 a.m., sunset 5:42 p.m. Partly cloudy conditions are expected at first with light morning showers, but it will become fair after that. And then on Thursday, sunrise will once again be 1 minute after 6 and sunset 5:42 p.m. And that's a look at the weather report and forecast. Stay tuned, sports is next. Good evening, sporting fans. Let's kick off tonight with football. Spice Boys Under-20 held a practice match against the Dominican Republic's national Under-18, Under-20 team on Sunday. Sunday ahead of the CONCACAF Men's Under-20 qualifiers. The game drew 2-2 at full-time. Grenada went down 2-0 in the first half, but rebounded with equalizing goals from forward Dean Roy Phillip, who opened scoring for Grenada, and then defender Benjamin Etienne. The Spice Boys Under-20 Insider Awards went to Kimron Bowen, Best Defender, Ethan Telesford, Best Midfielder, Dean Roy Phillip, Best Forward, Ethan Telesford, Player of the Match. The second final friendly practice match is scheduled for tomorrow against Cayman Islands. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Moving to cricket, West Indies Test captain Craig Brathwaite says the team will be looking to finish the year strong as they prepare to face Sri Lanka in a 2-match test series at Gale next month. The series, which will take place from November 21st to the 25th and November 29th to December 3rd, will be part of the 2021-2023 ICC World Test Championship. In preparation for the series, the Windies team is currently taking part in the best v best intra-squad matches, and Brathwaite insists the team is brimming with confidence and ready for the challenge. Brathwaite said, and I quote, "Sri Lanka is a strong team, especially at home, and as a team, we are looking forward to the challenge," unquote. The team last traveled to Sri Lanka in 2016, where they lost 2-0. Brathwaite did, however, claim 6 wickets. The West Indies began the year with a win over Bangladesh, followed by a draw against Sri Lanka, a loss to South Africa, and a draw against Pakistan. Still in cricket, New Zealand landed their first win at this year's T20 World Cup after defeating India by 8 wickets in the Group 2 clash at the Dubai International Stadium. Trent Boult took 3 wickets, taking his T20 international career tally to 50, as the Black Caps recorded a 3rd straight victory over India at the tournament, having previously prevailed when they met in 2007 and 2016. After Kane Williamson won the toss and was elected to field, Boult dismissed Kishan, Hardik and Thakur. Meanwhile, Daryl Mitchell led New Zealand's charge with 49 from 35 balls, and Martin had a knock of 20 in his 100th T20 innings. Captain Williamson coasted to 33 not out as the Black Caps secured a commanding victory with 5.3 overs to spare, condemning their opponents to a 4th consecutive T20 international defeat outside India for the first time. India could still reach the semi-finals though, but it will take a huge turnaround in fortunes after losing their opening 2 games. And that's all the sports we have for now. Stay tuned. Regional and international news is up next. Tonight's One Caribbean hookup begins in Jamaica, where there is excitement radiating from a rural school as just under half of the infant students turned out for the school. This followed the Prime Minister's announcement of limited resumption of face-to-face classes. Amid complaints about lower academic performance because of connectivity issues and device challenges, the teachers are urging parents to trust the COVID protocols and send their children to school.
The first day of physical school for these little ones at Mount Moreland Primary and Junior High School in rural St. Catherine, but the adults were more excited today.
Preparing their records for the past few months and not able to meet them was kind of depressing, but I feel really good this morning seeing them.
And I feel proud that my youth can come to school still and meet his peers.
Mount Moreland is among 373 primary schools given the green light for the resumption of face-to-face classes come November. But for now, basic school students are allowed to attend physically under stringent COVID protocols. 11 of the 24 students enrolled in the infant department turned up. Some parents say the Prime Minister's announcement last night didn't give them enough time to prepare. Meanwhile, with rural schools especially challenged with online classes, teachers and parents say the announcement couldn't have come sooner.
We had more children, but we still did not have all our students online. Connectivity was an issue, and of course, data. And to be honest, some of our students still don't have a device for themselves.
I did some assessment with them informally, just to see where they really are, because I did some assessment online last week, and it wasn't the result was not favorable.
They are very distracted when they're online. So many things is happening at home whenever they're at school. And you know the online is something that you can't rely on because of the GPS. Sometimes lights are out, sometimes the internet gives issues and so forth. When they are face-to-face at school, they are more interact with the teachers.
Taught him how to count, says ABCs, sing, clap. I started to practice him with the social distancing, wearing of masks, because he attends church every Sunday. So he's used to wearing the mask and washing his hands often and sanitizing as well.
But some parents are still skeptical about sending out their children.
For the younger children, they need that hands-on experience. They need to be socializing with their peers as much as they can, be together in a close way. They need to be in the same space with their peers to grow and develop socially.
She says while it's sometimes difficult to get younger children to follow the protocols at all times, it's not impossible.
Today was not so bad. They sat in their seats for the most part. There were times when they were going close to each other, but we reminded them to stay apart, and they complied.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
And now let's move internationally. Military forces shot dead 3 people during nationwide protests in Sudan on Saturday, medics said, as tens of thousands of people demanded the restoration of a civilian-led government after a military coup. Regional and international actors have been calling on General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan to reverse the coup and restore the transitional government that he dissolved. But many protesters say even if that happens, it still falls short of their demands, which is the complete handing over of power to civilian rule.
A protest that's been days in the making. Thousands of people gather on the streets of Khartoum, demanding a return to transitional government, something they say was robbed from them after the military coup on Monday. They're risking a lot. Days of protests in the capital led to street-to-street battles with the military and demonstrators killed. With the internet cut off, organizers used mosques, flyers, and graffiti to reach people. The military also blocked the main road to the airport, the planned route of this march. Saturday's protests were met with tear gas and live ammunition.
What is really concerning is the vast, array of military and security actors that are on the streets. There are just incredible set of security sectors that now patrol the streets. No sense that they are necessarily taking orders from a central spot, and I think that that diversity of different military actors is really the worry.
These demonstrators are demanding that Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok's cabinet be restored. It was toppled by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. He also dissolved the Sovereignty Council established after the overthrow of Omar al-Bashir 2 years ago. Some political parties have supported the coup. Burhan says he will hold elections in July 2023 and then hand power to the elected civilian government. But the takeover has provoked international condemnation. The UN and US has called on the military not to intervene in the protests.
Regional and international actors have been urging General Burhan to reverse his coup and restore the transitional government which he dissolved on Monday. But many protesters here say even if that happens, it still falls short of their demands to completely hand over power to civilian rule.
The people on Khartoum streets call it a power grab and demand a return to a democratic process. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.
And that's it for our probe around the globe. Stay tuned. A recap of the headlines is next. Now let's recap tonight's top stories. Newly elected political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, says his party is on a path of inspiring hope and urges the Grenadian people to hold him accountable. St. George's Baptist Church pastor Stanford Simon tackles the issue of leadership. UN Chief Antonio Guterres tells world leaders that we are digging our own graves by failing to act fast enough on climate change, while UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the world is running out of time. Regionally, excitement radiating in Jamaica about the reopening of school. Internationally, 3 shot dead in Sudan's nationwide protest. And in sports, Spice Boys draw 2-0 against the Dominican Republic in a friendly football practice match. That's the end of GBN's nightly news for Monday, November 1st, 2021. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Blossom Alexis-Welsh, wishing you an enjoyable night.